What's good, people? Your boy Snow.
I'm Ramon.
Ignorant Gamers in the house. Another Ask the Gamers segment for you guys. Excuse me as I kiss subscribe. Listen, it's been a while since we did this video, right? I told you it was getting here. We're back on the schedule. If you don't know how this works, for any new subscribers that you may be coming past this video, whatever the latest video is, you answer the questions on that one. You ask the questions on that one, we answer it in the next one. So all the questions that you're going to ask right now, you can type questions right now. We're going to answer in the next video. Right now we're answering the questions from the last video. Fair enough? Simple, right? Alright, let's get into it. First question from B Money. With the evolution of next-gen gaming, with just about every gaming including a multiplayer element, do you guys think there will be less games purchased in the next generation as people are more invested in their games? No. I think the same amount of games are going to be purchased because gamers are starting to like what they like, but still try one or two titles. If the cloud thing is supposed to be what it's supposed to be, meaning like PlayStation Plus lets you try an hour of gaming, and the cloud for Xbox is going to do something similar. I think it's going to get people trying out the games more. But when they do have the game that they like, they will spend more content on it. So like DLCs for like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Last of Us, anything that has like an engagement, a user engagement. I think that will get larger during this generation, but people are going to try more games.
I don't really get the gist of the question.
I mean,
you mean like, are people going to physically buy less games, or the type of games people are going to buy is going to be folded into like the Call of Duty, the Battlefield?
Right.
No, because that's PlayStation's push, and that is PlayStation 4's push alone.
Right.
Indie developers. So it can't be that way.
Right.
They're banking big on not only that indie is a hit, but those first party titles they got.
Yeah, and PlayStation does push for other games to be played.
So it can't be like that.
But I think
and that's the culture of PlayStation currently.
Right.
I don't think so. I think people will branch out. Hopefully.
Right. Yeah, they will. They better, because there's some great games out there people are not playing.
Yeah, because then you don't branch out. You get Madden every year. I don't think I need to elaborate.
Right. Next question from B Money. With Gamescom here and PAX Prime, which is now in the past, you guys are expecting any surprises or announcements from Sony and Microsoft? And I'm going to throw in TGS in there as well. No and no. Gamescom and PAX Prime was a little bit what I was expecting regardless. Announcement of a few games, a few functionalities, nothing humongous. I think some of the bigger announcements from PlayStation perspective came from Gamescom. We get to see a little more. We saw the app. We saw more of, saw a few more games.
Got the UI, right? Is that
we got the UI. We've seen more of the UI. We see how the app plays with the PlayStation. We've seen the PlayStation Vita TV, which is going to accommodate the PlayStation 4 and the Vita through the streaming to the television. So you can have the Vita TV in the living room.
Right.
You can have the PS4 in the back room. And you can stream to the living room TV, your PS4. So
and the redesigned Vita. That was a surprise.
Right, and what's funny is because they redesigned the controller, but you can use the DualShock 3 controller to play the PlayStation 4 game on the PS Vita TV. Like, that was random. From Xbox perspective, they showed D4, which I forgot who asked us that question before, but there you go. They go D4, and I'm telling you right now, that game is dead in the water. It shouldn't even be counted as an exclusive.
Why do you think so?
I don't want to hear no one mention that game in our channel no more.
Why not?
It's a point and click. Those games don't do well. It's done. It's already done.
Play it.
No, somebody's gonna play it. Is it gonna be successful? And is it enough to boost as a as a great title? So that's it for that.
I think they're from two different angles though. Sony's pushing games and Microsoft's pushing entertainment.
And which none of them are wrong.
Yeah.
So it comes down to the
I
player.
think they're both valid in their own, which is why we'll eventually own both. But
Yep. So next question from King Loso. Basically, I know Ramon isn't a PlayStation head, but do you plan on getting a PS4? And are there any games you're excited for? So you just said
I will get.
You
a
just said you're
PlayStation
gonna end
4.
up getting a PS4.
Literally, there's only one game I'm excited for, and I think we've been through this 1,000 times now.
On the PlayStation, though.
Yeah, it would be Gran Turismo.
But it's not on PlayStation.
But it's
4.
not on PlayStation 4. So I'm dead in the water.
And just to add to that, in reversal, if I'm eventually gonna have an Xbox One, I think, if I catch it for $60 like I did my last one.
Off the truck.
Off the truck. I'm no longer looking forward to Titanfall because I do have a PC that can run it.
Right.
And I do have a 360. So talk to me again about that cloud bullshit that I was hearing so much about for Titanfall. Fuck EA. And fuck you now, Red Spawn Entertainment. Shout out to Edgar Meza. This next question is from him. I know you guys are all Battlefield fans. Do you guys game together on Xbox Live parties? And if so, what will it take to join one of your parties once the game drops on Xbox One? Edgar, you should know better.
Yeah,
you didn't have to ask that question.
You staff, baby. What you mean?
Shout out to Lifestyles of Fire. He is on that team.
I mean, we just don't.
We haven't done it in a
time.
while on current Xbox.
Yeah.
And I'm not an Xbox player. I do have it on Xbox. I will be jumping back to my normal side of the line for a little bit. So you will be gaming with him, Tawan, and the rest of the degenerates over there on the Xbox. So
I think the problem is we go through cycles like women, like trimesters.
yeah,
There's times where like no one's moving from in front of the TV. Like your girl don't get an answer back. You get to work late. You don't get sleep, and then there's times you don't turn on the Xbox for like 2-3 weeks at a time.
people
So-
turn on their Xbox. They just watch Hulu and stuff. So
You can find me in Hulu if you'd like to watch Grey's Anatomy with me, Edgar. I'll send the invite.
next question, which is a follow up to this one, I guess, from B Money, is do you guys accept friend requests for Xbox or Sony? If so, what are your tags?
I'm Uncle RZA.
I don't accept friend requests because they all filled up. If you have an Xbox, I'll take it on Xbox. It's no nasty.
Did they ever announce how much?
1,000 for Xbox One, 2,000 for PS4.
Okay, so yeah, send them through.
On my PlayStation 3, I'm at full.
You're
I'm
full?
probably 1 or 2, but I'm always full.
Yeah.
I'm always full. So,
I just cleared out some room.
I will definitely revisit that once we get the new consoles, and I'm following. I don't know if it's a following thing or actual friend thing. I'm hoping it's a friend thing because I hate the whole following thing. I hate that shit. So, once we get to the next console, I will reopen this question up, and you guys, the subscribers who comment on videos, you guys are automatically added.
Yeah, come on in, man. I'm not a superstar.
Just
I'm
don't be
just a
trying to make
jackass.
videos, because
So,
don't be trying to make videos of my name, because there's times where I feel like playing, and there's times when I'm just playing just to play because it's in my house. So
well, he's a gamer. That's what he do. I'm a competitor. I will always be at 100%.
So you heard it.
Or I turn it off.
All right. Next question. Do you guys think there should be a cutoff limit for franchises? Franchises such as God of War, Uncharted, Gears of War, even Halo have started to lose their fan base as more games are released. It seems as if they tend to get away from the formula that made their games great out the gate. So this is part of the identity thing that we always talk about.
I disagree and agree.
I disagree and agree too. I don't believe that games should be corded to a number. I think you go where the story goes, and if the multiplayer was a factor, you find out how to create that own lane by itself once
Right.
you run out of a story.
What I disagree with what he said with games getting away from the formula. That's not necessarily what we want. We want games to stay in their formula, but innovate from within that aspect, that realm. Like, I don't want Halo to get away from Halo.
Right.
That's what makes Halo great.
Right.
And I do appreciate, from Halo 4 to 3, there's been a little bit of a slowdown.
Right.
But by and large, I think Halo still always done a good job.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm feeling you with the storyline.
right.
Halo fans enjoy the storyline,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the combat evolved that first blew your mind. And Drake is suffering from that now.
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Another Uncharted will
The
probably see
one
a
and the
story
two were
problem.
like, whoa. And then 3 was like,
3 was decent.
Still dope.
Graphical improvement, but
Yeah.
And a multiplayer improvement, handle improvement, but you know.
I see what you mean. I don't think. Again, the other extreme to that's Madden.
Right.
Cut that out.
That's every year.
Stop it. Like, I would love to see Madden not come out every year, but push updates every 6 months.
Yeah, but you know,
push OTA. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm in technology mode here, but push roster updates and all of this stuff every 6 months and let the gamers relax for 2 years.
But in the sports world, that is kind of hard to do too, because of all the sponsorships. Guys are liable to change, their team colors and all that stuff, and then you have to recap for old cap stuff to get that body work in there.
That's fine. I understand all that, but it's just a laziness around that. Like, it's so bad the developers know they're lazy, right? When they're trying to sell you on features that they know shouldn't be features.
I think, I agree. They make up BS features just so they can sell $60.
The community's at the point where they say, like, I had a friend say, like, yeah, it's the same shit, but it's Madden.
Right.
Like,
I believe they should do this. If, let's just say next year is 2014, right? This one is 2014, but they call it Madden 25, right?
Right.
Madden 25, $60. The next one, which is technically Madden 15, should be $40. Couple of updates, features, maybe new modes, maybe new the new mini games and stuff like that. And then the following year, every 2 years should be a major improvement when you go back to $60.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's for anything annual release.
Yeah, I don't. There's so much around that topic, like Forza, Gran Turismo.
We might have to break that out into its own video.
Yeah, but I mean, those are examples of games that shouldn't really be tied to a number. They could rock on forever.
Yeah, because there is no story in a Forza or Gran Turismo.
You always want better graphics, better physics,
more cars,
newest cars. Like those could rock on.
Right, and then again, like with those, Gran Turismo 6 and Forza 4, if there was no new console coming out, could rock out on straight DLC subscription programs. Easily for another 2 years.
Forza 4 is still rocking. I think the last DLC was, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Or was that Horizon?
No, it was Forza.
Okay. Let's see.
It was Forza.
For example. We could put a pin on that one. Next question from D Battle 1914 or 1914. Do you think free-to-play general model will detract developers from making free-to-play games on X1? If you're on the fence about the game systems coming from PC, would you be bothered paying for Xbox Live to gain access to free-to-play games, whereas you can play them for free on PS4? So this is the paywall issue between the two consoles.
Let me first say, yes, it is. But I want you absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the consoles really differ from me.
Mm-hmm.
When I can tell you 100% I don't give a rat's ass about free play. Because you made me play Dust 2141506.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I think of free to play now.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying all free to play games are terrible.
Right.
But I think, and this is just my general attitude in life, you get what you pay for.
Right.
Not always the case,
mm-hmm.
but that's my takeaway from free to play games.
Warframe is going to change that.
Warframe is dope,
mm-hmm.
but it's not a competitive game.
It's co-op game.
It's co-op.
Right. No, I get you.
I don't bash co-op games.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like,
no, I follow.
I'll continue to play a co-op game because it's my man playing it with me.
Right.
When you want me to compete, no thank you. Like, I've tried free to play games on the Vita,
mm-hmm.
but these games they're games.
Right.
Right? And if I'm going to play a game, I'm going to play a game that's rated a 10, not a game that's rated a 4 that will just take up my time. Right. Because the time that I'm spending on this lesser quality game,
mm-hmm.
there's plenty of quality games I could have been playing.
Right.
So, the question of, do you think people will go from the Xbox or be deterred from the Xbox because of a lack of a free-to-play community for the PlayStation? I think the more people get introduced to free-to-play and what it is,
mm-hmm.
they're going to be like, huh, Because let's be serious here. Free to play isn't the Ghost Recon or the Battlefield we knew.
Right.
3 years ago that was free.
Right.
Those were AAA titles that they made free after the fact.
Right.
Those games, there was money going into those games.
Yeah, Ghost Recon Online free to play, which is supposed to be on the Wii U and it's still not.
You couldn't help yourself.
So I'm sorry, son. And then the Battlefield played for free, and then Crytek has one out.
But that's my point. These games derive from
AAA titles.
From AAA titles, and that's okay.
Right.
When it's 4 years old, make it free.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. But people with less of a bottom, I get the struggle.
Right.
I get the struggle. You know, and Sinclair he's an extraordinary dude. He's a different breed.
Right.
But generally speaking, I can't get down with that. Don't sell me a potentially lesser quality game but it's free and it's something you can play. I'm not about that.
Yeah. And the other part of it is I do believe Microsoft needs to seriously consider that paywall issue. Because you can't even get to the free-to-play game on Xbox if you don't have Xbox Live.
And people are curious.
And now PlayStation has the PlayStation Plus is now your access to play multiplayer games online, but they still make it so that you can watch Netflix without PlayStation Plus.
Right.
You can browse the internet without PlayStation Plus, and you can play. They've confirmed that you can play the free-to-play games online competitively without a Plus account. So, you know, as of right now, with you coming from the PC world to pick one of these consoles, I'd say
you're gonna go with the PS4.
You probably go with the PS4.
It's familiar.
You probably go with a PS4, but until they can prove a game worth making a console for, prove one way or another a game for you to do that with, I wouldn't even care. I would just say look for the exclusives on the console to play the games that you want to play, you know?
And that, exactly. You couldn't have said it better. Like, I feel like if I'm on the wall, I'm on the wall because of what Uncharted,
right?
Infamous,
right?
I'm on the wall because of these games,
right?
I'm not on the wall because of a fucking
like that. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Like the Dust 514 is fun to play with your peoples and run around with, but it's not a game you can take serious because they need to fix the core mechanics of the game, and it is getting better. Who knows what it's going to be once it's
shit? Who knows what it is now? I'm sure they patched the hell out of it.
I didn't even check it.
Right.
DC Universe Online, which originally was a pay game, now it's a subscription-based game and it's free to play. Still a fantastic game, but at the end of the day, it was you paid for that game first. So I know Xbox is getting a free-to-play game. I forget the name of it.
Is that the Tank?
Actually, no. It's the Warface game. I believe it is the Warface game. I've only seen it announced for 360.
Free-to-play
for Xbox One, right?
You get one character. Thanks for that.
Right, and every character is $5. And then again, that Killer Instinct at one point was a AAA title that Microsoft bought. So
that's a trend I could vibe with. A free-to-play Rainbow Six.
The Ridge Racer that's coming to PlayStation.
I can vibe with those.
Ridge Racer is coming to PS3. That's Ridge Racer. Like that's
it's free to play.
It's coming. Yeah, it's called Ridge Racer Drift.
There goes one. You say proof.
They got a Tekken, another Tekken game that's on PlayStation. I think it's on both consoles. Either way, free to play Tekken. Then there's a free to play either Soul Calibur or Dead or Alive. One of those type of games from that family. Again, all games has already been proven to have a following, you know. And if it's locked down to PlayStation, then there you go.
Now here's my thing about that, and there's a distinction between an arcade game and a free-to-play game. When I think free-to-play, you correct me if I'm wrong. When I think free-to-play, I think nickeled and fucking dimed.
Right.
Right?
I think so too.
Don't nickel and dime me on Ridge Racer when I can go on the PS Store and buy it for fucking $4. Because I will buy it.
Right. But right.
Like those are games that should not be free to play.
But that's why these are.
It should just be fucking free.
Right.
Is there a difference between free and free to play?
Yeah, there is.
You see what I'm saying? Just make it free.
Nah.
Dust needs to be free to play.
Yeah.
Sony couldn't possibly want to make more money off of Ridge Racer. Just let it go.
Nah.
dope game, let it go.
Nah, then join PS Plus and you get it for free. But this is a new game though.
Yeah,
But
where do you go?
it's a new game. It's not an old game. It's a new game.
It's a new game.
It's a new game.
Okay.
Ridge Racer Drift.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. It's a brand new game.
Okay.
So it has to be free to play.
Correct. Okay, carry on. It looked pretty good too. The videos I saw.
It did, yeah. I've been tracking it for a while, but I started to lose interest.
I'm curious how the mechanics will play.
So we just mentioned Killer Instinct. My boy Brooklyn Romeo. Shout out to him. He was just in another clip. Don't worry, I put it on the screen what it was. Recently, I learned that it will be $5 for additional characters for Killer Instinct, which is a free-to-play game for Xbox One. What are your thoughts about paying so much for an extra character when we can easily pay less than $5 on an indie game? So this also brings back to something I said before, that gamers need to get out and try other stuff, so stuff like this can't happen when in terms of Capcom. So I do believe $5 for a character is a ripoff. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how the game is free. I think you only get 2 characters when you get this Killer Instinct.
Bundle them.
Yeah, do a bundle.
Bundle them.
Do a bundle. Do something.
You get to pick any 5.
Right.
$5.
Do,
like
do
something.
Do a subscription program. Do something. But I don't think you should be paying $5 for a character.
Absolutely not.
And you only getting 2 characters out the game.
Whose decision was that?
At the end of the day, it's gonna look like it's a Microsoft decision. So I think that's too much for a character. And again, to your point, I think you can probably find Skullgirls between $5 and $15. Now, if you're scared to try a new game, that's on you. I keep saying this. Skullgirls is one of the most underrated fucking games out there, especially for fighting fans. Hands down.
But this is a thing because people are annoyed. It's Killer Instinct. They want it in the glory.
Right.
So his question comes from frustration.
Yeah.
He wants it.
Right. And he doesn't. And because I know him, this is a little bit of cheat, but I'm just going to remove it from him. There are other players that are going to want to have the core 8.
Yeah.
And just play.
But I tell you the truth.
5 times what? 6? That's $35.
Tell you the truth. I have a problem believing Microsoft will let you buy $5 every character. You gotta hit a cap. At $60, here's the game. And if they don't do that, I'll be up their ass.
I mean, but there's a lot of free-to-play models that's where it comes down to. Remember, you're not buying guns, you're renting guns.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
This is fuck that. This is the consumer here.
They're gonna get you for costumes, alternate costumes.
Nah,
I see this coming.
The costumes is one thing. No shit about the costume. They can't do that to characters. You spend more than $20 on this game. You spend more than $40 on this game.
Yep.
They gotta give it to you. You gotta unlock everything.
I agree. So this is one that we're gonna have to watch because who knows where it's gonna go. And then we gotta be vocal about it because.
Wait. Is there gonna be a full version of the game?
No, nothing like that has been.
So you can't go to the store and buy it. You can't download the full version for the whole $60.
We don't know. As of right now, it's $5 per character, free-to-play game.
Okay.
Which, in my opinion, should just come pre-installed in your Xbox.
Okay.
Because what's the point? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This question comes from Sarah Olden. There's been little info on Zoo Tycoon, but a new gameplay of it was released. What do you think about it, and where is it going? And also, Elder Scrolls Online, $15 on top of Xbox One and PS4 charged to play online, and $60 for the game. So the first part of that question is the Zoo Tycoon.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. It's interesting.
Any tycoon game is the shit. I'm sorry.
Most tycoon games are going to do well. I think I can't say anything bad about it.
No, does Max's own tycoon? At one point, I thought they did.
I thought they did too, but the tycoon, the roller coaster, like all the tycoon stuff has just been well. It's just about people who are invested into the series. Are they going to get what they wanted out of it, out of a tycoon game? So to me, the zoo part is dope, but I don't have any interest on doing that. But I did see.
Are the animals cute?
From what I saw, the little stuff that I seen.
I'm fucking with it. What is this on my Xbox One?
I don't remember. I just seen footage. So as long as the tycoon fan part gets fixed, all those issues get fixed, the game's gonna be fine. You don't have nothing to worry about. And I would say wait for reviews on this if you're double dutching. And don't just take one review. Get everybody to review until you get the exact information you want.
Don't trust the reviewers.
But trust the reviewers.
But trust us.
Now, the Elder Scrolls Online thing, on top of the $15 charge, and on top of the Xbox or the PlayStation 4 charge for a $60 game. Like I said earlier in this video, it's not really a problem. There will be a small outcry. DC Universe Online was $60, and people got home and didn't know that they had to pay a monthly subscription fee of $10 to $15
and still
on top of that, and they still paid it. In the PC world, that's not a problem. It's only a problem for console players. The console players that are not happy with that. Do I think it's messed up? It's kind of hard. I think the price should drop a little bit, but I don't know how that works, so there's got to be a reason behind it. But I know you feel different about it.
It's just a foundation of thinking, of ideology when it comes to these things. People see Xbox Live as the evil gatekeeper. Why should I have to pay $50 to watch Netflix? Why should I have to pay $50 or $15 for this game on top of, whatever you pay for Xbox Live? Now, my issue here is you had to pay taxes. You had to pay rent to get the keys to get into your house. You had to pay Con Edison, I don't know what it is, wherever parts of the world, to power your TV. You had to pay Optimum. What's the other one down south? And
Cox, Roadrunner, Optimum.
You had to pay all of them.
Time Warner
to get online.
Files.
And then you had to pay your water bill to take a shower after you play your game. And then you had to pay for your Metro card to get to what the fuck is people's problem with paying? You cannot avoid it. So I don't get how there's a litany of things you have to pay in order to do anything on your Xbox, but Xbox Live is the worst out of all of them. Do you not say your internet should be free? No. You should pay for your internet, then you should pay for Xbox Live. And if you feel like you shouldn't pay for Xbox Live, then I want you to call up Comcast and say, I'm not paying for this shit anymore. You let me know how that goes. Don't worry, I'll wait. So, I remember a long time ago, Microsoft was trying to stop this type of behavior. They wanted to protect the gamers. But Microsoft will always be Microsoft. And this was in the early 360 days, they said, no, there's no way you're going to get on our platform after we made, and no one ever gave Microsoft points for this, we made them pay money for a premium service, and you want to come and charge them again to play online? Hell no. Mind you, they were still charging for Netflix. I gave people a bone here, right? Fair is fair. It's two sides to it. But the problem is Microsoft will always be Microsoft, and the developers will always get their way. The OEMs will always get their way. And if you make enough noise, like you did with the DRM shit, you'll get your way. But at the end of the day, people that own an Xbox understand what Xbox Live is. They understand it's a premium service. So most of them don't complain. But like me and Snow like to say, it's people on the internet complaining about the internet. Or it's PlayStation fans complaining about Microsoft people paying to watch Netflix. I pay to watch Netflix.
I'm sorry. That's always going to be a sore subject for me, though.
But it's okay.
It's okay for you.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't feel like you should own an Xbox and not have Xbox Live. That's just my thing.
That was their thing, too.
I don't feel like you should own a PlayStation and not have PlayStation Plus. Agree?
I don't care. If you don't want to play your games online, then don't buy PlayStation Plus.
Well, if you don't want to operate your Xbox online.
But that's for multiplayer. We're talking about other stuff.
Premium services.
I'm sorry. I'm sure
Premium
your Netflix
services
doesn't work better on Xbox than it does on PlayStation because you paid $50 a year.
But that's okay. We're not comparing.
I'm just saying.
I'm rationalizing for my platform.
I'll tell you. $60 for the game, and then you're paying an extra $15.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I don't come and play Killzone and complain to shit when the game lags every time I put it in, because that was a real thing for me when I tried Killzone.
Mm-hmm. And that was.
And I racked it up to.
You,
the shit is free.
You get, right.
You get what you.
But meanwhile, we have several videos of you and Tawan and Neff and many countless Pat,
Yes.
Hulk,
Yes.
everybody talking about, yo, what's up with y'all got the new EA Battlefield, da, 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 da. Yo, servers are broke. I'm sorry.
Not Microsoft service.
I'm sorry. No. You paid for a premium service.
Yeah.
Microsoft should be on top of that.
No, Microsoft don't.
No, it looks
EA.
bad on Microsoft because Microsoft told you
Yeah.
you paying for a premium service.
You have a
but
point.
then you're fucking up on Xbox Live servers. And just to bring it to more of a recent thing, is Call of Duty players are talking shit on Xbox about PlayStation. When the servers were fucked up, PlayStation players were playing Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, and all the commentators who are Xbox players were mad at who? Xbox Live. But why? No one's ever mentioned that they had their own service, so who's that going through? No one mentioned Call of Duty had their own service. Who's that going through?
I see your point.
Like, if it's for that, let it be for that. Now that I've stepped into the waist deep into the Xbox eco when it comes to that shit, that's no longer an argument against me.
You don't think it's worth it, Xbox Live?
No. I think where it's worth it at is when you want to snitch. The policing that goes on, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I'm not seeing where the money's going. Other than the privilege to play online.
Have you played Halo Online?
Other than the privilege to go online. I still think that's Microsoft backing up a Microsoft game.
There you go.
Right, so if you're paying $50 a year for a game that you don't like,
So if
that you don't own,
Microsoft was managing Netflix,
if Microsoft was managing all the games
right,
that you guys try to make me believe,
right.
there shouldn't be a problem.
So why am I paying for PSN?
Why are you paying for PSN?
I don't know.
You're not paying for PSN.
I am, sir.
No, you're not. You're paying for PlayStation Plus.
Why am I paying for PlayStation Plus?
For free shit. It's a subscription club to free shit.
It's not free shit.
It's
When
not
you
free
stop
shit.
playing for it, it's not yours.
When your music is done, when your subscription program, what happens?
I didn't say the music was free shit. I'm renting it.
Right. It's
So
rental
they're charging me $50 a year
to rent games. But not, you don't have to play it. You don't have to buy into the service. Guess
I
what?
usually don't.
You can still play online with the same servers issues that the Xbox is having. And we're talking about PS3 and 360.
You know what I think I paid for? My voice chat, which we use every day. I'm not even trolling. You've been a part of that.
Yeah.
We
and
conduct
and
business
and
fuckery.
You already know.
Alright.
You already know what I'm about to say that. You
It's
ever know
worth-
what happened?
It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it is worth paying for.
5 people in the room, 4 just dropped out.
It's not perfect, but it's worth paying for. Yes or no? Yes or no? It is worth paying for. It is worth paying for.
5 people joined the room after they had to restart their goddamn Xbox.
But it is worth paying for.
It's a fun feature, but
Ah.
I could do without it.
Well, I get your point. It's not part of your community, so.
It's a dope feature.
I
could
get
do
your
without
point. It's not part of your
And
community.
I actually think it hurts the online gaming community.
It does. It does to a certain extent, yes. But I
Well,
don't care about the community. I care
No,
about
you
my
don't care
people.
about your friends, right?
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
So I'll pay $60 a year for that. Would you?
For my friends?
On your PlayStation.
Fuck them. Play the game I'm playing. Else I'll talk to you later. Especially if you're my friends.
Why are you so antisocial, man?
I want to play what people are playing. Don't talk to me about something else if we're not in the same game. When you're yelling in my head, yo, son, look left. And I'm thinking I'm in the same game with you. You talking about some knack. And I'm killing people in Killzone.
You're so antisocial, man.
you, above everybody else, should know that I am not antisocial. I just like my content to be relevant.
We'll discuss this on the party chat later on.
That I will not be participating in because we're not playing a game. Next question. Do you guys think Microsoft will ever attract more Japanese developers? No.
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 Never.
Never.
Listen, that's a loyal bunch.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That is not like the cocksuckers that live in the United States.
Yeah.
On YouTube talking about PlayStation.
Or rap fans.
That is a loyal bunch.
Yeah.
You can't go to Japan and tell them something about Microsoft.
Yeah. No, it's not happening.
No.
You see what they did for Europe, right? European Xbox Day 1 dudes get FIFA 14 for free.
Mm-hmm. That's the battlefield. That's the battleground.
Right. That's where it's going. But, and again, Nintendo has, Xbox has to rely on that huge number in the US like they did before, and then try to cut into that European number because they're not going to get Japan.
The US numbers are impressive.
Son, the US number is very impressive for Xbox. Very impressive, but it makes sense because you're assholes, and Americans are assholes. So, you know.
I'll have a large Diet Coke, please.
Next question? Next question. This one's from Lynn. Sony marketing was blessed with holy water. It seems like when they hit the price point. Now, Xbox has 180 on everything, including the Kinect. Do you think Microsoft have dropped the Kinect? Having dropped the Kinect, will 180 on a Kinectless bundle drop the price to better match the PS4? They did not 180 on the Kinect. They're not going to 180 on the Kinect. There's a huge reason why they're not going to 180 on the Kinect, and I don't think the Xbox will ever ship without the Kinect. It is an essential and pivotal piece to that whole architecture. I think what they will have to cave in on is if something happens to Kinect that you don't have to buy a whole new Xbox. They had to figure that out.
They made it.
They made it?
Yeah, it can work without the Kinect.
Right.
You can't buy one without a Kinect.
Right.
So if they need to replace it, then...
Right. So, and the $100 is not about the Kinect. I do believe that the system probably would have been about $400.
I think it would be like 420, 430.
It would have been with the Kinect. It would have been $400. The part that you're forgetting about is the TV thing.
Yeah.
That's an essential entertainment technology advancement thing. Why it's being brought up to another $100.
Now let me.
My opinion.
Contain your troll.
That wasn't a troll.
No. I'm not just now.
Okay.
What I'm about to say. The Xbox is by far the most innovative too. No questions asked. And there's something like these are both consoles, and there's very ground level things they're both supposed to do. They're both supposed to have crazy graphics.
Yes.
They're both supposed to quadruple whatever they last did.
Yeah.
They're both supposed to have wireless controllers.
Yeah.
They're both supposed to have cameras.
Mm-hmm.
They're both supposed to have online.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that is all even. Now this TV business with this multitasking thing, that's innovative. Sony can't match that. Now this Xbox Live in the cloud, Sony matched that. So now we're still even. And then there's the voice thing that comes. There's a difference in technology between Sony's camera offering and Xbox camera and voice offering. So there's and I get it. Sony is all about games, $400 less. But yes, but if you take games away, if you want to have games as a innovation, just for my point, then fine. But these things are still really level, and I hate to hear people say, well, Microsoft did a 180, they're doing a 180. They didn't do a 180, they cut a very essential part of next generation gaming out because people asked for it. So why would you coin it as they did a 180? Why couldn't you just say they listened to the gamers? Why is it a 180? 180 means, oh shit, wrong direction, mistake. Did you guys you really think it was a mistake to work like every other digital medium out there? Gaming is the last frontier. The last frontier. And it really hurts to see Microsoft sell me a next generation console that's doing the same shit the current generation does. But even so, I feel like for me, right? Because I want to say 60% of what I do on my console is not games. Truthfully, it's not games. It's YouTube, it's Hulu, it's Netflix, and it's playing music. Streaming services. Microsoft is in a stronger position it's more of a consumer console. Now, you're talking to gamers. This is a gamer show.
Mm-hmm.
The PlayStation lives here. And that's fine. But your question, you need to aim that at the person that lives next door to you that's not invested in gaming. But we'll have a console. Because everybody will have a console.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What's going to be more beneficial to them? Indie games or TV? Did that come out fair?
I let it rock.
That's how I see it.
Next up, from Jeremy Olden, NBA Live 14. What's your opinion on it? Do you think it's the same mechanics, dressed in better graphics? What will Live need in order to compete or surpass NBA 2K14? Well,
Jesus. They will need Jesus.
Let me give y'all just so y'all will hold me down to a little bit more of a fact once I bring it together or understand mine. First off, I jumped on Live from the beginning. I knew the game that birthed Live. Sega's always been running their game beside trying to match whoever else was on the market, but they was for their own thing. And I was privileged enough to be able to play multiple games across the line.
It was like four of them.
There was like
a
four.
time, right?
Sony had their exclusive one, Shootout, which was a contender. Konami had one, which was the In the Zone series. Then you had Sega's NBA Action, which then flipped over to the Essential 2K series, and then you had Live.
Yeah, Live. Mm-hmm.
Everything else didn't matter. Live pioneered that for so long that they got lazy. Every 2 to 3 years they would change something, and it became the Madden effect all over again, but with NBA Live. The biggest issue with Live, to be honest with you, is not even the button gameplay. It's the way the game looks, the way the characters look.
You could never get it right.
How they interact. Once we came into an area where we could do better things with it, the characters just don't look right. 2K football, 2K basketball, 2K hockey, 2K baseball, they look like they have real volume. The presentation looks like you're really playing a game. We're playing a simulation game when you're playing those 2K games. That's why 2K14 has run away. When I finally gave in to the 2K craze after the Dreamcast, it was like, dude, how can I play Live again? Luckily that EA decided to pull the plug, told Madden to pull the trigger on the NFL license so no one else could make an NFL game, because when I bought 2K4 or 2K3 for $20 after I paid $80 for the premium edition of Madden just to get a retro mode, and I found out my $20 gameplay was better than my $80 whatever,
I lost respect to EA.
I wouldn't have went back to Madden. I'm from Madden, the original Madden, and 2K is the birth. Is the grandchild of Joe Montana's Sports Talk football series. So there was a huge change, and this is a huge problem if EA wants Live to do well. They have to address that, and what I saw already in the Elite series, the Elite thing, and then they try to take that back and then put it back as Live 14, I'm still not seeing the visual. That's where it comes down to. The visual and the presentation.
All they need to do is bump up the character mass by like 15%. The courts look like football fields. I don't get it.
It did the job back then, but after 2006,
Oh, like have they been to a real basketball game?
like I don't know what the scale is.
The court is not that big.
I don't know what the scale is, but whatever it is, it's just not working. I feel like In the Zone can come out and do a better job at capturing that. So
NBA Jam just came out again and did it better. Like EA really showed the ass every
That
time
is
they
EA.
try.
Mhm.
Every time they try it live,
Right.
because it just puts a spotlight on Madden. Like you got away. They did that bullshit and shut every other.
Sorry,
Like Madden would probably be the same issue live is having right now.
Let me tell you something else. How many years alive EA Sports basketball game ain't been here? So people were forced to go play that game.
And they don't complain.
And you know what's happened? They're not going back. Now that 2K told that bullshit, now we moved the dribble button to an easier button, which is the R3 or the right stick. It's always been that if you're a live player, that's nothing to us. Now those NBA live players are at home now because this is the dribble now. Come on, it's a tough sell, man. It's a tough sell. Why? You know what the EA need to do? They need to come out for $20.
That's the only way.
Do what Microsoft is doing to Apple.
Yeah. That's the only
Do
way.
that. Come out for $20. 2K came out for $20 a challenge. They came out basketball, football, baseball, hockey that year. All their games were $20 against your fully priced $60 EA game. And in every category except hockey, they ripped that ass.
Yeah, hockey did, but they were close.
They were very close.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I got. You got anything you want to add to that?
No. Fuck EA.
And Capcom.
And GameStop, by the way. Let's not forget about GameStop.
Save that one. So that's it for the Ask the Gamers. We ask questions, we answer them. Every question in this section, in this video, we answer the next one. Holla at us.